The day began like any other. I sat at my desk, staring at the same beige walls I'd stared at for years. My job in data entry wasn't exciting, and my social life was almost non-existent. But something had been stirring in me lately, a whisper of something new, something thrilling. I couldn't quite place it, but I felt the urge to step outside the rigid box I had built around myself. I don't know what made me do it, but after shutting down my computer for the evening, I went straight to my closet. Hidden in the back, behind a stack of old books and forgotten knickknacks, was a bag I hadn't opened in years. My heart raced as I pulled it out and unzipped it, revealing a slinky blue dress, its sequins shimmering faintly in the dim light. I had bought it on a whim years ago, back when I was still trying to understand myself. Back then, I never had the courage to wear it, and eventually I shoved it away, telling myself it was a silly phase. But tonight, that dress called to me. I held it up, the fabric soft and smooth against my fingers. There was no hesitation this time. Stripping out of my work clothes, I slipped into the dress, letting it cling to my frame. I walked over to the mirror and stopped in my tracks. There I was. Not Michael, the quiet guy from accounting, but someone else entirely. Michelle. The name popped into my head, unbidden but perfect. For the first time in what felt like forever, I smiled at my reflection. The dress wasn't just clothing, it was a doorway into something I had always wanted but never admitted to myself. It wasn't long before I decided to take things further. I dug into another forgotten drawer and found a cheap makeup kit I had bought years ago. My application wasn't perfect, my eyeliner was shaky, and my lipstick was slightly smudged, but it didn't matter. Looking into the mirror, I felt alive. With a deep breath, I grabbed my phone and took a selfie. It was a bold move for someone who had spent most of their life hiding. But tonight, boldness felt right. I posted the picture anonymously on a crossdressing forum I had been lurking on for years, adding the caption, "First time fully dressed." Thoughts. Within minutes, the comments began pouring in. "You look stunning," one person wrote. "Absolutely gorgeous," said another. Each comment filled me with a warmth I hadn't felt in years. But then, a private message popped up from someone named Lily. Her profile picture showed a bubbly blonde with a wide smile. "Hi, Michelle," the message began. "You look amazing. Are you new to the communities?" I hesitated before replying. "Thank you. Yes, this is my first time posting and actually the first time I've fully dressed up." Lily responded almost instantly. "You're a natural. I'm in the same city as you. Want to meet up sometime?" It's always great to have a friend who gets it. The idea of meeting someone in person was terrifying, but the excitement overpowered my fear. "Sure," I typed back before I could chicken out. "How about tonight?" We decided to meet at a cozy cafe downtown. It was a place I had been to before, but never as Michelle. I spent an hour getting ready, perfecting my makeup and trying on different shoes before settling on a pair of black heels that matched the dress perfectly. As I walked into the cafe, my heart pounded in my chest. Every step felt like a declaration, and I couldn't help but wonder if everyone was staring at me. But when I spotted Lily waving from a corner booth, her smile put me at ease. "You made it," she said, standing to hug me. "And wow, you look even better in person." "You're too kind," I replied, feeling my cheeks flush. "You look amazing too." Lily was everything I wasn't: confident, outgoing, and effortlessly charming. She ordered us lattes and launched into a conversation about her own journey. She'd been cross-dressing for years and had recently started exploring transitioning. Her openness was inspiring, and for the first time, I felt like I wasn't alone. As the night wore on, our conversation turned from lighthearted banter to deeper topics. We talked about our fears, our hopes, and the people who didn't understand us. "You know," Lily said, sipping her latte, "it's not just about the clothes. It's about embracing who you are, unapologetically." Her words hit me like a bolt of lightning. She was right. This wasn't just about wearing a dress. It was about discovering and embracing Michelle fully. "I've spent so much of my life hiding," I admitted. "Tonight feels like the first time I've truly been myself." Lily reached across the table and squeezed my hand. "And you're doing amazing. Don't let anyone take this away from you." After the cafe, Lily suggested we check out a nearby LGBTQ+ bar. It's a safe space, she assured me. Plus, they have great music. I hesitated for a moment, but then nodded. Let's do it. The bar was vibrant and alive, filled with laughter, music, and a kaleidoscope of colors. At first, I felt out of place, but Lily's infectious energy soon had me dancing to the upbeat music. It was exhilarating, and for the first time, I didn't care about who was watching. Michelle, you're a natural. Lily shouted over the music, spinning me around. We laughed and danced until our feet ached. Eventually, we found a quieter corner to sit and catch our breath. I'm so glad we met, I said, genuinely meaning it. Me too, Lily replied. You're amazing, Michelle. And tonight is just the beginning. We spent hours talking, laughing, and soaking in the warmth of the accepting environment. When it was finally time to leave, Lily hugged me tightly. Promise me we'll do this again, she said. Absolutely, I replied. You've given me more confidence than I ever thought possible. As I walked home that night, still wearing the dress and heels, I felt a profound sense of freedom. The world hadn't ended because I stepped out as Michelle. In fact, it felt like the world had just begun. That night, lying in bed, I thought about everything that had happened. The dress, the cafe, the bar, and most of all, Lily. She had shown me that it was okay to be myself, to embrace Michelle fully. I didn't know what the future held, but for the first time in my life, I was excited to find out. This wasn't just a night of crossdressing. It was the start of a journey, and I couldn't wait to see where it would take me. The next morning, the sun filtered through my curtains, waking me gently. For a moment, I lay there, basking in the warmth of the light, replaying the events of the previous night. A part of me wondered if it had all been a dream. But when I glanced over at my chair and saw the blue dress draped over it, the memories came rushing back. I sat up and stretched, feeling a strange sense of contentment. My phone buzzed on the nightstand, breaking my reverie. It was a text from Lily. Morning, gorgeous. Hope you slept well. Ready to take on the world today. Her cheerful message made me smile. I quickly typed back. Morning. I feel amazing, thanks to last night. What about you? She responded almost immediately. Same here. I had so much fun. By the way, there's a little meetup happening at the park this afternoon. A bunch of us from the community are getting together. Wanna come? My stomach flipped. Meeting more people? The idea was as terrifying as it was exciting. I hesitated for a moment before typing back. I'd love to. What time? She sent me the details, and I spent the next few hours nervously getting ready. This time, I opted for a casual outfit, a floral blouse and a pair of fitted jeans that I had bought ages ago but never dared to wear. I kept my makeup simple, just enough to feel polished without standing out too much. As I stepped out of my apartment, I felt that familiar rush of adrenaline. The heels clicked softly against the pavement as I walked to the park, each step affirming that I was Michelle, and Michelle was real. When I arrived, I spotted Lily sitting on a picnic blanket surrounded by a small group of people. She waved enthusiastically when she saw me. Michelle, over here. I made my way over, my heart pounding. The group welcomed me with warm smiles and introductions. There's Alex, a non-binary artist with vibrant purple hair, Sam, a trans man who worked as a chef, and Claire, a cis ally who ran a local support group. Each of them had their own unique energy, and I instantly felt at ease. We spent the afternoon sharing stories, laughing, and enjoying the sunny weather. Lily, ever the extrovert, made sure I was included in every conversation. At one point, she leaned over and whispered, "See? This isn't so scary, is it?" I shook my head, smiling. Not with you here. As the day went on, I found myself opening up in ways I never thought possible. I told them about my journey, my fears, and the joy I felt when I saw Michelle in the mirror for the first time. Their encouragement and support were overwhelming, and by the time the sun began to set, I felt like I had gained a new family. Before we all parted ways, Alex handed me a flyer for an upcoming event. It's a drag and fashion showcase, they explained. A lot of us participate. You should totally come, and maybe even walk the runway." I laughed nervously. "Me? Walk the runway? I don't know." Lily nudged me playfully. "Oh, come on. You'd be amazing. Think about it, okay?" I promised I would, though the thought of strutting down a runway seemed like a far-off dream. The following weeks were a whirlwind. Lily and I became inseparable, meeting up regularly for coffee, shopping trips, or just long walks where we talked about everything under the sun. She introduced me to more people in the community, each one as inspiring as the last. With her encouragement, I began experimenting more with my style, trying on outfits I never thought I'd have the confidence to wear. Dresses, skirts, bold patterns. Each piece was a step closer to embracing my true self. One evening, as we sat in her apartment flipping through a magazine, Lily brought up the fashion showcase again. "So, have you thought about it?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with excitement. I sighed, setting down my cup of tea. "I don't know, Lily. It sounds incredible, but I'm not sure I'm ready for something like that." She placed a hand on my shoulder. "Michelle, you've already come so far. This is just one more step, and I'll be right there with you, cheering you on." Her words lingered in my mind long after I went home. That night, as I stood in front of the mirror, wearing one of my favorite dresses, I imagined myself on that runway. The thought was terrifying, but also exhilarating. The day of the showcase arrived faster than I expected. With Lily's help, I picked out an outfit that made me feel both confident and glamorous, a flowing red gown that hugged my figure in all the right places. She even helped me with my makeup, adding just the right amount of drama to match the outfit. When we arrived at the venue, my nerves were at an all-time high. The room was buzzing with energy, filled with people chatting, laughing, and preparing for their moments in the spotlight. Lily stayed by my side, offering words of encouragement and cracking jokes to keep me calm. Finally, it was my turn. As I stepped onto the runway, the lights were blinding and the room seemed to blur. But then I heard the music start, a steady beat that matched the rhythm of my heart. I took a deep breath and began to walk. The applause was thunderous, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. I felt powerful, beautiful, and completely myself. Each step was a declaration. This is who I am. When I reached the end of the runway, I struck a pose, my confidence surging as the crowd erupted into cheers. Among them, I spotted Lily, her face glowing with pride as she clapped and shouted my name. As I made my way backstage, tears pricked at the corners of my eyes. I had done it. I had faced my fears and embraced the moment fully. Lily rushed over and enveloped me in a hug. "I told you you'd be amazing," she exclaimed. "Thank you," I whispered, my voice thick with emotion. "I couldn't have done it without you." The showcase was a turning point in my journey. From that night on, I stopped doubting myself and started living as Michelle full-time. There were challenges, of course, moments of doubt, fear, and even judgment from others. But with Lily by my side and the support of my newfound community, I faced them head-on. Michelle wasn't just a part of me anymore. She was me. And for the first time in my life, I felt whole. As the months turned into years, I often thought back to that blue dress, the one that started it all. It was a symbol of the courage it took to take that first step and the incredible journey that followed. And though I didn't know what the future held, one thing was certain. I would face it as Michelle, with my head held high and my heart open to whatever came next. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.